So I shared now with Naveed and Anjali. You already have the share to this folder, right, in Google Drive. DevOps
Yeah,
training.
I got the documents. Yeah.
Yeah, Hashim already has. TAB. Okay. TAB. Who is this person? Now I see audio. Okay. Tabalavi. Okay, whatever.
Sir, my name is Tabish. Can you share it with me as well?
Tabish. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yahoo, no.
Thank
Fine.
you, sir.
For now, okay. Generally, use Gmail ID.
Okay, that's
Even
fine.
I have
Hey,
Yahoo accounts, but
I've got a Gmail account too. It's just tabalavi@gmail.com.
okay, good. I will send to both anyway then. Good.
And I missed the first class. Is there anything I need to focus
No, it's
on?
second or third class. That is fine. You can look into this thing whenever possible. First, we'll take. I think you were there in the yesterday class also for Java, right?
Yeah, I accidentally came in because I thought there was a class yesterday, but I don't know what
Yesterday was Java.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what the schedule for this class is.
I will show you in the calendar.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
TABALA. Okay, fine. Okay, Naveed, Tabish also added. So you'll get an invite. You just can go and access this resource, whatever. So Naveed, you got, okay, interest. You got some IT background. Like, what are you? Are you a Java developer or else a tester or an automation guy? Or were you doing something like taxi driving? No, anything is fine. Just asking. Naveed?
Just a moment.
Yeah, fine. Because first thing is we need to know what you guys are. Okay, now, yeah, Irfan. You did something, Irfan. So Anjali, you tried to do the exercise or you completed it? Hello, Anjali?
Hi, Prasad. I was muted myself.
That's fine. Absolutely fine. Did you start the exercise or did you complete it?
I haven't completed because, as I said, I was having an issue with my account. When I tried to log in at this time, they're asking me if I am a root user or IAM user. I don't know what it is.
Okay, there is one expert here. Well, expert means at least these things he knows. You can contact this guy Hashim. So you can ping Hashim offline in the same chat. He will give his email ID and contact number. He can help you this very basic stuff that you have account but not able to log in. You can try.
Yeah, okay.
Irfan, you can share your screen. So let's fix your thing within 2 minutes and we'll go further. Irfan, can you share your screen? Irfan? Oh, can I make you a presenter? Irfan? Make. No, I can ask to start. No. See if you can share your screen, Irfan. There should be some option. Like, okay, maybe he's not listening. Fine, let me complete it, then we can see. So the exercise, see, first we did some basic information about Linux overview. Then we see in the Linux flavors, whatever RPM, Debian based. Then the kind of shells we have. Then very few basics of shell scripting we have seen. Then also we have seen like creating an account in AWS. And then you can use any of the editors. Nano for a beginning point of view. If you have some interest, you can use Vim, but as Irfan was telling few days back, it is a bit complicated for people who doesn't know anything about Linux. You can stick with Nano editor, which is very easy. I'm going to use Vim because I'm pretty much used to Vim. There is one more thing called Emacs. I'm just typing it and then deleting it, Emacs. But it might sound quite complicated. I'm not using that. I will stick with Vim. Vim or VI, both are same, pretty much. So I'm using Vim. So you can use this Nano editor. So for those who don't know how to create an AWS account, how to get your own Linux system, you can take a look at the first video which is this. Pretty much you can say day 1, session 2. So another 25 or 30 minutes, this session will close. You just need to restart because rejoin. This is a free version I'm using for Zoom, not any premium kind of thing. So you can use PuTTY, MobaXterm. There's so many options you can connect to this Linux systems. This CMDR is there, Con emulation is there, but I am somewhat interested with using Git Bash. But you guys can make use of PuTTY or whatever. So I know where I kept my certs. And using the reverse search, which is Control-R. I'm just searching for SSH, which is logging to my system. So basically this Linux is like a free tier machine, which is free in AWS. So once you have an AWS account, we will get like 1 year free time, whatever. So I just have my stuff. So what my exercise here is, first create a Linux instance using your AWS account. So Irfan, I think he pinged me separately. He had some trouble even getting to AWS account, creating an instance. So we did for another reason, it worked for him. So Anjali, with respect to you, you can just ping Hashim offline. And yeah, Nano.
No, sir, I was able to log in.
Then you want to show what you are stuck up right now by sharing your screen?
Can I show the alt machines that I tried before?
Yeah. See if you can share your screen. Otherwise, I'll make you as a host.
Okay, just hold on.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay. You can make me the presenter. Okay, so these machines.
Oh, wait, you are the host. I think you need to first click share your screen. Check, are you able to share your screen? Okay, if not able to share, we'll see at the end. Right now, we'll just continue. We'll see in the last 10 minutes or so. Oh, you're able to share your screen. Good.
Yeah, okay. So these machines, I made these machines as a part of my project some day before.
No, don't do stop. Stop means it is still there. You terminate it so that it is completely gone.
This one, yeah, the other one
just
is
remove it.
Right?
You just remove it. They might even charge for that also. Always check your billing as much as possible.
Oh, okay.
Just
maybe
remove
that
it. Delete it. If you don't want it, just delete it completely. So you can do like actions, terminate, or I think terminate is the option. Terminate. Instant state. Terminate. So that it is completely removed. Okay, now this is a machine and this is the IP you have got. Okay.
This is the one
I just log into your Linux system.
Yeah, this is the one I just created, the new one.
Why
this one.
Create again. Already there was one, right? Why did you create one more?
Oh, this is the old one. The Anjali_VM is the old one. That
but
one
if you have more instances, see, if you have more instances, you might get charged. You will be, what is it, billed.
Oh, okay. So
if you use only one instance, I think it is free. If you use multiple instances, it is not free. If you want to pay money, that's up to you, not a problem. But there are some exercises which will focus on elastic beanstalk, this kind of stuff. That time you need to really, I mean, not too many dollars.
Okay, so this. Okay, I got it, sir. I got it, Prasad.
Hey, how do we get a free account?
You will get a free account by default. Once you create a AWS account, you will get a free instance. One instance free. I mean, there are some services you get free in AWS for an year. Like you get one EC2 instance free. Then some space in storage in S3, EBS, like that. Various things are there. You can just do normal Google. I mean, free services provided in AWS for an year. There are so many things.
And how long is this training for?
This training is for long. It's not just like you learn something and go, because most of the people don't know anything. In fact, there are some people who never even studied any computer science.
Gotcha. Okay.
So what are you? Are you worked in something, or you have some idea on computer stuff or software stuff?
Yes, I have a networking and IT support background.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I work with SQL. I work with Microsoft
Are you working
applications.
somewhere right now? Are you looking for this training and so that you can get some job, or are you into some job right now?
Oh no, I wish I had a better job. No, I don't have a job.
You said
I'm
you
laid
wish
off.
you had a better job. Okay, what job you have right now?
I don't have a job. I'm laid off.
See, laid off is different. That is fine. Okay. Let's not get into how, but if you're okay, like what were you doing in the previous job or jobs? What
Yeah, I was
technology?
doing. Yeah, I was working with IT, IT support. You know, doing networking, help desk, desktop support, application hardware support for the oil and gas and medical industry.
So what kind of tools and technologies have you used?
I've worked with obviously Microsoft Office Suite. I've worked with Nagio's monitoring
Okay.
tools. I work with SolarWinds, and then any technical support issues that come up, right? Whether over the phone.
So that means you worked on both Windows as well as Linux kind of stuff. Am I right?
I've done a little bit of Linux. I can run basic Linux command like cd, pwd, ls, mkdir. You know, like just common things, basic.
I think than a typical person or a fake person, of course, the people are learning. I think your skill set is pretty good. I'm sure you will get something very quick. But yeah, since you have some networking background, within DevOps, there are two deep fields. One is net DevOps, means networking DevOps. Other is sec DevOps, which is like security DevOps. I think you can focus DevOps and also network DevOps. I think you can market yourself in that way. I think that is possible because how do you know the networking stuff?
That's
Okay,
good to know.
Anjali, yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
go
a
on, Tabish, go on.
yeah. I was just saying that's good to know. I'm not a big programming coding person, so I
No,
would
it's not
not
a
want to.
big or small thing.
Okay.
Is in DevOps, you're not expected to do a lot of coding, and in fact, least coding. But sometimes companies
Okay,
can
good.
still ask for coding. That's a different thing. You can
All
at
right.
least say, I know Python kind of thing because you're going to learn next in few days. I mean, in next few classes. Okay. So Anjali, now this system, whichever you have, you can launch. Did you create SSH keys?
I don't remember. I'm sorry.
Okay. So what you do is
I just created
think,
a instance and just
yeah,
launched
what you
it.
do is you can try that old video, whatever the previous session we had. You
Okay.
can take a look because pretty much all these things have been discussed. I know, same problem exactly Irfan was facing. So these are, you can normal Google it or you can even see the YouTube. Just try it. If still not possible, you can ping me offline or you can ping Hashim offline. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
fine. I got it. So basically, just see that old video. I'm sure you have those steps, how to create a public key or whatever, that one.
Yes, I have.
I think at least good. You have tried something, instance and this stuff. Okay, since anyway, because no point in showing. I'm sure the people who doesn't know how to do will not be able to learn even if I say now. So you try it
Can I
offline.
ask you one thing? Like, as you said, like, I do have a running instance at this time.
No.
If
You
I
need
create,
some key pair. There is something called key pair in AWS. You
I
can
do have the key pair.
Googling it. If not sure, you just look into the previous video. You will get. Then you can try to connect it.
I do have the key pair. Like, my question is, if I create another instance, like I create a new instance, and again, like if I keep multiple instances here, that may affect my account to get charged, right?
See, the moment you terminate, it will not affect. But yeah, if you have multiple instances running or in active state, obviously you'll get billed. Yes.
Okay, so one instance running is fine, right?
I think one instance per region is fine. I mean, AWS keeps on changing. Suddenly you will see some bill which you are not expecting.
Okay.
That's the reason, keep it simple in AWS. Azure is different. In Azure, they just say you have $200, you need to use within 2 months or something. See, again, all these providers, ultimately they have to make money. So even though they say free, some or the other thing will get charged. So you have to be extra careful. Okay, you already have 2 key pairs, so you can use one of them.
Okay.
Because every key pair when you generate, there will be some key that is generated. Do you have the respective key?
Yes, I have.
Okay. Now, yeah, try to connect your machine from Putty.
How can I do that?
Okay, you watch the previous video, still you have issue, then you can ping me offline.
Okay, I can do that.
Now, you can make me back the host. Now let's go to Irfan. Irfan, you are trying something. Irfan? Hi guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Irfan, are you there? Maybe he's on mute. Okay, fine. You can ping me offline. That is fine. Good, Anjali. At least you tried something. So, how to create whatever the key pair you have, how to take the key out of it, how to connect to it. You can try any online YouTube video. Still, you have a problem, you can just ping me offline. We'll see. First, try
Okay, I'll
watching
follow.
the previous video. First, try watching the previous video.
Okay.
If it still does not help, then you can ping me,
Okay, I'll do that.
because it is pretty much there on the AWS page itself.
Okay, I'll do that.
Because if you go to AWS page, whatever you have in the instance itself, if you do right click, you have an option. How do you connect with the Putty? Yeah, just watch the video. Now, let's see this exercise. Yeah, you can still listen to me. Join the meeting, Zoom meeting. I'm joining. I'll listen to you. I'll see the screen. Okay. So let's go to the Linux system. Something wrong. Let me join again. Yeah, you can use Putty to join, but I prefer this way. So, can anyone tell me what is a file editor to edit a file or to create a file?
Nano?
Okay, good. Nano is there, Vim is there. So Nano, again, I will show with a.text for people who are somewhat new. So I will add a new line. Save and exit. So you can use Nano, but I will just continue using with Vim. So basically what I said is create or edit a file. So you can use Nano a.text, it will create some edit a file. You can use equivalent editor, something like new file, something like b.text. So first you have to say I so that we can insert something. I'm just typing something.
Hey, Raghu, I got a question.
1 minute. Yeah, you can go on. Yes.
What is this command prompt that you're using? It's not the normal Windows command prompt, is it?
Linux.
It's something else. It's Linux? Okay.
Yeah. So Tabish, good.
Me
You
too.
have very good interest to ask. Very nice. So you watch the first video. There it is.
Okay.
There, how to create an AWS account, how to get into some kind of a Linux instance.
Okay.
Because most of you are having Windows. With respect to this DevOps, I would say practice in Linux. That's the main reason. So basically, you're connecting to some Linux machine. My Linux machine is in AWS. So same thing Anjali was trying to do and Irfan tried to do earlier. Yeah, they have some issues, but they will do. Hashim has very good idea on creating this AWS account as well as getting to your Linux system, because he got some training from Hyderabad before. So he's there in the chat window. You can ping him and you can discuss with him
Okay, thank you.
offline. Because the level I say is different. Probably Hashim might say in a very beginner level. So you can use Vim, Nano, whatever to create or edit a file. Touch command is very helpful to just create some file. It just creates a file, nothing else. It's like just touch. And to see the information of any command, you can just use man. Man is like a Linux manual. So you will see pretty much a lot of options, and most of the Linux commands have too many options. You'll just get confused. You don't need to get into too deep of this. To come out of this man, you just need to press Q at the end. They are mentioned at the end. Press H for help or Q to quit. Then other thing I mentioned is run couple of shell commands, something like ls-l, whatever. So Anjali, Irfan or Hashim, if you remember, tell me one Linux command apart from ifconfig. Anjali?
Yes.
Yeah, do you remember any Linux commands in general?
Grep, the
Okay.
one you mentioned last day,
Yeah, what is grep for, Anjali?
for editing.
No, grep is not editing. Grep is searching. See this, man grep. Print lines which are matching a pattern. So basically, the one I was showing is ls-l means you print the files with a lot of information. Then you can grep on this. I mean, you can grep on anything. You can grep, basically you're searching for something on a file, or you're searching for something from an output of another command using pipe.
Oh, okay, I remember.
Okay, good.
This is a
Irfan, are you
piping,
there?
right?
Yeah, go on, Anjali.
That's a piping, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This is a piping. It's like pass the information of one command to another command. Yes. That's exactly in the exercise. Practice this option. Like ls-l, pipe it to grep command so that your pattern, searching a pattern called some text. If that is there in the file name, you will get it. Otherwise, you will not get it. Yeah, that was a thing earlier. Now let's see some more commands. Okay, Tabish or anyone else, any questions so far, guys?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Now let's see some other Linux commands and then we'll go. Have any of you heard of commands like which, sed, awk, cut? Any of you heard any of these variants?
No, I've never seen that before.
Which is that meant for the user? Like who am I?
That is who. That is who. There is a command called who. So in 10 minutes, again, you have to rejoin because session is a free session thing, which I'm using. Yeah, go on. Yeah, that is who command. You can see. But good, you remember something. Who. You can use something called who am I. My username is Ubuntu because that's how I joined. See these commands. Who am I? Who space am space I. It's like which user is logged in.
Oh, okay.
That is who you're talking, which user. So let's see a few things. Anyone knows this command called top? Okay.
I think it lists all the files.
No, okay. It does not list all the files. This is for CPU monitoring. You can see, not just CPU monitoring, resource monitoring.
Oh, okay. And
Pretty
the first
much
one will
something
be
like
the
a task.
using.
Yeah, go on.
No. I just remembered something. Like the first one, when you click the top, will be the one using the more resources, right?
Yeah, yeah. First
Okay.
one, the top ones are more resources. Yes, you're right. You can also do something like sorting. So the point is, this line, say this line is about your CPU usage. Usually, not much CPU will be used because that's how it works. This is the main memory. Forget about swap memory. So my main memory is something around, yeah, probably it says 1 GB. No, yeah, 1 GB, because in AWS, for a free tier instance, you get only 1 GB RAM. So in my 1 GB RAM, around 230 MB is free. So you see pretty much your CPU usage and memory usage and how the various processors are using. Somewhat like a miniature version of Task Manager in Windows. This is top command. So it is inbuilt Linux monitoring tool. Next, does any of you know head and tail commands? Anjali, the
No.
most active person so far.
Actually, I do remember, but I forgot. It's
No, that's
something.
fine. Can you do a guesswork?
Is it the first, like the file name? I
Yes,
forgot. Like
yes, you're right. Yes,
that's
you're
one.
right.
The file name related something.
Yes, not file name, file content related. See
File
this.
content.
Head and tail, very useful commands. Tail minus f is a standard interview question. So basically, it's like this. Now let's say I have a.text with some content. I'll just say head a.text. Basically, I'm not instructing properly. So let's say minus, not minus, yeah. So if you see here, head a.text means normally if you just say a.text, it's as if like you're printing the file content. But if you see head -3, what it is doing, printing the first 3 lines of a file. Tail does exactly opposite. Let's print last 4 lines of a.text. This line we added today only. So if you see, basically it's printing the last 4 lines of the file. So head and tail, they just print the respective lines of a file from the front or from the end, but tail -f is very important. I will show what it is. It is very much used in debugging. Tabish, have you used tail -f anytime before?
No, I'm not.
Okay, fine. It's very, very important. It's not just DevOps. Any person in a Linux debugging, you need to know. See this. Tail -f purpose is, let's open a different console so that you'll understand the purpose of tail -f. So I'm just opening another Linux connection to the same system. So right now, what it is doing is it just waits for output. Means it just stays there. Whatever you type, it will just be there. So it's very, very useful in debugging. It's like a running notes. So now my content is this. Now let's say I'm using a.text. I will edit some file at the end. Something I'm doing. I think it has to come. Okay, I'm not able to replicate, but let me tell you the purpose. So basically in normal debuggings, what we used to do, this log files, right? Log files will keep on aggregating. If you have seen anywhere, any log files, we'll be getting something like this. So log files will go something like something abc.log, abc.log.1. abc.log.to. This is something called log rotation. So what they mean is the old ones will keep on getting this some number. This abc.log is always your latest file. When you just do like tail -f abc.log, doesn't matter which log file currently it has gone to, whatever, you will always see the content like a running nodes, and you will see information like some new information is being added. That is this tail -f, and it's really very powerful. So tail -f, you should remember, is very useful case in debugging. So head is first few lines of a file to print. Tail is opposite of head command, and tail -f is very useful case, and that is mainly you use it for log debugging. You don't need to practice tail -f, but yeah, you need to remember. Now let's go to a few other commands. Now let's see. Okay, I have Python installed in my system. I think Python gets installed default. I will just see. Is there anyone who has some idea on Python before? Any of you?
No, sir. No.
Fine. So if you see here, Python has multiple versions. Normally you see 2.x, which is this, and to exit you can just put exit this way. And then you have Python 2.3, sorry, Python 3. In I think next few months, Python 2 is like end of life, means no more support. You have to just use Python 3. In Telugu there is a proper word, proper nice word. Sachinattu, you have to use Python 3, means no other go. If you like Python 2, it doesn't matter, there will be no further support. You have to just use Python 3. And I think the latest version is Python 3.8 or something. Even if you see, I have used Ubuntu 18 from AWS, maybe it has just picked Python 3.6 by default. The latest is somewhere around Python 3.8 or something. Yeah. So for this kind of things, it is very helpful. When I say which Python, so it's saying the location of this binary. Means if you just go see here, ls-l user /bin. Oh, it has so many possibilities. I'm just typing now. Type. Okay, so many Pythons. You will just get confused. So this is the one. And I don't want to explain this arrow mark here. This is called symbolic link. I will not explain anything. We'll see in the future what is symbolic link and what is soft link and hard link. If I tell now, you will not even remember a single word or a single letter. So basically, which means it will say whatever the binary you are using, what could be the location of it. That is the purpose of which. Now I think Java also usually gets installed. Let me see which Java. Oh, Java is not installed. Let me check Python 3. Where is the binary? So it is in user bin Python 3. So that is a location of this some binary. Binary means executable file in whether Windows or Linux. Yeah. I don't know, man. After going to hospital because. Yeah, welcome back, guys. Tabish, Naveed, Hashim. Okay, we'll proceed. Anjali is yet to join. I think she will join. So basically, we have seen this which command. So which is all about, yeah, which is all about which binary, I mean, what is the location of your current binary. Then PS, this variant's also very, I mean, not very helpful, but at least you will know. Normally, a typical interview question is, what is PS? So default PS option is not good. So you use, I mean, again, PS has so many options. You can typically say at least I use -F to see the list of the running processes in the system. Top means you see more of a monitoring kind of thing. PS, EF is more about list the processes. Now you want to see some more details. Like normally I use AUWWX. If you use this, especially let's say for example when you use the tools like Kafka and Java based things, etc., their programs, when you need to run that binary, you need to do like 7 to 8 lines. All those stuff you can see with this option, AUWWX. Now there it is helpful. So now let's say again I can use pipe and then use something called more, so that if the display is more than 70 to 80 lines, I can see step by step. So I'm using more, pipe with more. So more, you can use any Linux command. I think more is now possible in Windows also. So Windows guys, they're just trying to replicate the Linux good things because Linux is pretty strong open community. You see more at the end. So I use spacebar. You can go at one shot. If you want to go very slowly, you can just press enter key. But enter key might be very slow. So you can use spacebar at least to see page by page. So PS is all about list the running processes. PS -E, very standard command. And my favorite is you can use variants AUX, AUWWX to see running processes with more details. For example, if you see here what it is doing, see this thing. So running some program called dbus-daemon, some binary with some options. Now let's assume this options is like 3 to 4 or even 7 to 8 lines long. You will not see these options in PS -EF. But you can see with the variants like PS, AU, WWX. So basically PS command is all about listing down the running processes. Then I want to show you one important on another file. etc password. etc pretty much has all the passwords. So username of root is a default user. Root is like an administrator. Windows, you have an administrator, but in Windows the way it works is different. Forget about what you know about Windows. So root is a user which no one can get into root just like that. Normally we don't use root for login and everything, just it's there. Now, so what AWS has created, it has created the username called Ubuntu. So it says something like user ID is 1000, group ID is 1000. It has some meaning. Then the major folder of, home folder of Ubuntu is home Ubuntu. Like in Windows, what is the home folder? C drive, users, username, etc. Right? That's your home folder. Like that, home Ubuntu is your home folder. So when you log in, by default, you get into home Ubuntu. PWD is to list the current directory. PWD to list the current directory. PWD and ls are like very, very common commands. So you just need to remember. etc password is like, passwords. You normally have passwords in an encrypted way. I mean, what are the password you have for Ubuntu? That is like encrypted. You will not see it directly. You will not be able to read. Now, here in the next few minutes, what we are going to learn is very standard interview questions on set, awk, and cut. Have any of you heard these commands before? I'm not asking what they are. At least have you heard before? Anjali, Hashim, Tabish?
I have heard of set, I think.
Oh, good. So what is set, Anjali?
I don't actually remember.
That's fine. Have you heard about awk and cut?
No.
Okay, let's see some examples.
I'm not either.
That's fine. This one, I will use sed and awk thing. Yeah, Unix cool. I like this site. I will just mention it. I will just explain one example here. But if you think after some 10-15 sessions or after 1 or 2 years, if you really get into Linux and something, then you can refer this, because most of the people doesn't know. In interviews they'll just ask what is sed and what is AWK. You just explain some 1 or 2 lines about sed and AWK, interviewer will be usually happy, because they are very, very deep commands. See how many things you can do with sed. When you get this question on what is sed kind of thing, what you need to remember is, I mean, it has so many users. What you need to remember is substitution, like find and replace. Just let me put some content. So I'm creating some file with some dummy content. I'm just creating this file. Now let's run this specific command. So what this does, let's take a copy of it first. So copy in Linux is you write with the CP, copy command, copy a file. So I'm just giving backup.txt, some name. So basically I'm copying the file content from sample.txt to backup.txt, because there's so many Linux commands, we cannot just even cover within an hour also. You will see time to time various things, and in the further sessions, whenever there is some shell command, I will just explain, because it is too much to remember, not just for you, even for experienced person. So now let's play with that set command, and then I'll explain you. So what this one is trying to do is, S for substitute, replace all small a with capital A. This is just a character. You can actually replace like a word. You can even use something called regular expression. That's all fine. Let's keep it simple. Sample.txt. If you see here, small a became capital A, and in banana, first small a became capital A, but not else. So basically what it has done, the first occurrence, it has moved to capital A. So this is sed substitution in a simpler way. Let's use some other option called G. This G stands for global, and you can even say greedy. Actual name is greedy. Let's see what it does first. If you see here, greedy, what greedy does, it's called greedy algorithm. Whatever the instances you see in small a, make it to big A. If same thing, if you do something like, let's say, pattern, AN pattern, to something like BAT. So what it is doing, why? 1 minute. For some reason it has changed. Let me do this again. Oh, it's actually not replaced. Just showing the content. So now what I will do is, I will do some small an and replacing it to some, capital B. So if you see here, instead of orange, it has come with pattern. So basically what it has done, substitution. Sed is for substitution. Within this substitution, you can use combinations like use some /d for digits, alphanumeric, all those things possible. That is called regular expressions, but we are not discussing. That is quite deep. So basically, sed has many users. You can see in this tutorial, too many users. I'm just showing substitution, like find and replace. Any questions on this, guys? Anjali?
So once you change the small a to capital A, that doesn't came on the other one. Like when
Yeah,
you
actually, I've just taken a very simple example just to print. Actually, we can do that one. What we can do is we can pipe it, and we can use some combination of echo, and we can write into another file. That is possible. I got your point. What you said is, even though we have changed the content, it has not changed. Why? Because I'm just saying to change the content and print it on the screen.
oh okay.
So what is possible is something like this. I'm doing like this and then use grep. So piping is very popular in Linux. You can say like grep and you can search for bat. So it will display the things only which has bat. Now I'm only again printing on the screen. What you can do, again you can pipe it, you can write it to another file. Yeah, that is possible. So you can use pipe and you can write. If you see some shell scripts, there will be like 7 to 8 pipes in a single line. You will just get lost. If any of you have done Linux administrator job or even a Linux DevOps, whatever, sometimes if you see the shell script, it will be that much complicated.
Okay, got it.
Let's see one example of awk and the cut operator we will see next time. And let me just show you some awk and cut has some similar uses, but awk purpose is more about formatting. Formatting in the sense, take the content and you format it and print it. That's the thing with awk. So just let me create some file. I'm creating this file. I'm just showing a simple example to format it. So basically what we are doing in this here, this is better one. Yes. RM is for removing a file. If you're not very sure about VEditor, you can just use Nano. Nano is very easy for a beginner's point of view, and you can just stick with Nano. So let me just print this. I'm just trying to print the specifics. So let me say I'm printing. So what it is doing is -f comma means use the comma as a delimiter, print the second one and then print the first one. So let's say for the second thing, banking and Deepak. Now let's open the file one. So comma separated is there everywhere. So initially we have Deepak, which is the name, and then banking is the second one. So you just print the second one and then the first element of each line, where F you are using as a delimiter, and you can use without comma separated, all those things also possible. If you see this example, without any comma separation as a delimiter, without that -f option, you are printing the whole line. So awk has so many users, but main thing you say is formatting. You format it and print it. I mean, awk is too deep, just like said, SED. We are not going into it. Some cases you will feel awk and cut operator almost has very similar functionality. Even if you don't understand this SED and awk, no need to worry too much. But just remember, SED is more about substitution, more like a find and replace. Awk is more about formatting and printing. Cut operator is about, we'll just see one example probably of the cut operator. You just cut it very specifically. Yeah, there will be some nice thing. Yeah, I like this one. 10 practical Linux cut command examples. There are so many pages, so many things that you just have too many commands to use, all those use cases not required. See this one. they are running cut command on a etc password. etc password is a very standard file where you have your passwords in encrypted format. So what you are doing here is delimiter as a colon. So let's run this. Delimiter as a colon, print just the first element. Now let me say 1, 4, 6 means first, fourth, and sixth. So basically, I'm trying to print different elements. Again, now, if you want to format this output so that you don't really want entire information of colon and all these things, there you can use combination of sed and awk. So many times people use, if you see Linux scripts, combination of SCD, cut operator, and awk operator. So what is SCD for? I will mention this for your reference. Seg is about substitution, more like find and replace commands. I think all of you know about find and replace in normal any editors. Is there anyone who doesn't understand find and replace? Irfan?
I know, Raghu.
So all of you know. Cut is just to cut the fields in conjunction with awk and SCD. It is very useful. As you saw, I took this example of cut one. It just cuts and puts the information. To again format it, you need to use awk, AWK. So SCD, awk, and cut command, many times, if you just say, do you know Linux? Sometimes they just ask, okay, tell me a few commands you know. You just tell some commands. Irrespective of what you sell, how much you explain, they might ask, do you know what is tail minus F, top command? And sometimes directly they can go to, hey, can you explain about SCD and awk commands? That's it. So they will just go there and they might ask you to explain more and more. But point is, at least you should know basics, then only you can talk. That's pretty much for now, guys. Any of you have any questions?
Hey, I just want to know, for me, since I missed the first, I think, class, should I just watch the training?
Yes,
That's online?
watch the first video and
Okay.
you try to set up a AWS account and yeah, you just see if you have any issues. I think let me give my WhatsApp number so that you guys can ping me offline. So my contact ID also I will give. So my contact ID is
And then when is the next class? Because I know it's every other day, so would it be Monday or Saturday?
wait, I will show you. This is my email ID and mobile number I'll just mention in the chat window. You can ping me in WhatsApp. If you have some issues, but I will not give answers like in a spoon feed way. I'll just try to give in some basic level. You can try to figure out. So basically I'll make you to practice and learn. My style is a bit different, more practical oriented. Some of you might like it or might not like it, but that's exactly you see in the jobs mostly. Yeah, let me show you my calendar so that you get a good idea. So pretty much you see, let me keep it simple. So sometimes there will be some proxy interviews or whatever, but point is, oh, Nisa did not contact, maybe he doesn't have an interview. Okay. Point is pretty much almost every day you have DevOps or Java training, alternate days. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is Java. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday is DevOps, pretty much 6 to 7. Sometimes, like yesterday, if there is some other webinar of my university or whatever, the schedule will change that. But you can either ping me or one of these marketing people, Khalid or Salman, usually will update you. You can just ping me just to confirm. I'm not.
It's not the same days every week. It's just it will change.
Let me share this calendar so that all of you can see. You can just at least have access. Yeah, already it's there, public. All of you have access. So I'm just pasting here. Public calendar to see my schedules. So you just take link. I know some of you don't even have time to open this document. So let me paste it in the chat window. So if I just open in some other browser, say, yeah, this is a Dabba browser now. Edge. You don't even need any login or anything. So it's asking for a Gmail ID. So yeah, you just log in with your Gmail ID. Once you log in, you will see again something like this. Means whatever your name, you will have your main thing. Then my calendars, you will see like this. You can give any color you want to it. You will see like this. So that way you know the specific day when it is. So next session will be on Saturday, same time. Got it, Tabish?
Yeah, I got it.
Okay. Okay, who's next? Any other questions? So next session, we'll focus on Git. So right now, I don't want to give any specific exercise. So I've seen how nice it is happen, because in Java, there are 2-3 experts. Means they have pretty good lot of knowledge. So let's want to keep it simple. Just practice all these commands. I mean, practice above Linux commands, whatever you have an idea. And if you have any questions, you can just ask me. But just practice this thing. And yeah, so others, if you want, you can leave. But let me see sometime on this Syed, Irfan, and Anjali. So Anjali, you can share your screen. I'm stopping the, no, let's the recording be there. Others also might have your issues. I will make you the host. You can share the screen. Anjali, yes. You want to share your screen now, Anjali? You have time or you need to go somewhere?
No. Can you hear me? Yeah, okay. I don't have a problem. I just logged out from it. I can log in.
Okay, Anjali, go on, share your screen. So others, if you want to see, you might have the same issues, you can wait. Otherwise, you can just leave. Pretty much you are done for now. Irfan, are you there? Irfan?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Once Anjali is done, next you share your screen. Because most probably you might feel the same issues. And the next session we'll go more into Git. And Git, some of you might be knowing, version control 2 means how you manage your code. Yeah, we'll see pretty much Git command line, because that's what interviewers expect. It might be, you might have used Git along with some IDE or GitHub or whatever IntelliJ, doesn't matter. Interviews, you just expected to know Git CLI, Git command line, and better to know the Git commands in general. Does any of you know what is Git except Hashim? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, it is a repository tool.
Others, does any of you know Tabish or you know Git?
Yes, I know, Raghu. It's a repository tool where you can store and the code and
Is it
retrieve
Tabish
the
or
code.
Irfan?
Irfan.
Okay. Yeah, you know, good. Tell me a few Git commands, Irfan.
I think git init to initialize the git repository.
Okay.
Git push.
Just-
Git push,
yeah,
git pull.
basically you're pushing your update to the central repository. Okay, good. That's good. Others, we'll see more of that in next session. We might see in a single session or we might see in 2 sessions. Does any other want to add any other commands to Git?
Git
Okay.
add, git merge.
Yeah, fine. We'll see all those. Yeah, good. Tabish, are you still in the call?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah. So you can start looking after this class immediately. Can start looking at that first session video. You try to set up your Linux and this thing. Oh, Anjali, you're trying to do like me. Wow.
All right, we'll do.
Okay,
Yeah,
so now
fine, Tabish.
what I should do? Like I
No,
already
it's fine.
have a.
See, I think you can give me the control if possible. You should be able
You
to.
can.
You give me. Oh, I wait. Let me request. There is an option I can request. I think now I can use. See, basically, as I think this part was reminded by this guy, our Hashim. Yeah, connect option. If you click on connect option, it gives how to set up. I mean, this is mainly how to set up putty or putty, whichever you can call. So you need to download it and do. So Irfan was trying to do this way. This is a way you can do. Now, my way is directly understand it and go on, because if you don't understand, you cannot explain to the interviewer, I'll open it, there is some option, I'll select it. No, you need to explain everything. So we need to have some key pair, like you have, in your case, it is a .pem file. This is the one. You give that key file, then you give username, which is Ubuntu, at the rate of the IP or fully qualified domain name. We'll see what this fully qualified domain name later on. That's also known as public DNS. So this public DNS is nothing but a fully qualified domain name. So you need to give that, or you can give directly IP. Basically what happens is this fully qualified domain name is converted to IP. That's how systems will understand. They don't understand ABC or you or me. They understand only their networking stuff. Yeah, Tabish knows this very well. So instead of doing this putty, all this thing, I'm doing directly, so that always I remember this is basically SSH connection, not putty connection. Because many people say, yeah, this is putty, but actually this is not putty. We are doing a SSH connection using a SSH client like putty. Go ahead, Anjali. Now you can try to connect. First, you have your key, right? Anjali underscore whatever that PEM file. It should have been downloaded to your system. If not downloaded, you see where it is, or else you can create a new key pair.
Go from key pair.
Yeah, you can see on the left side key pairs under network and security.
Okay, yeah. But I think I already have the key pair. Oh, here also we can see that, right?
No, but do you have the .pem file somewhere? Or whatever the .ppk file, because you need to give it in putty. I know you're also trying like me, git bash. So you need to have the .pem file. Do you have it with you?
Yes, I have.
Okay, show me where it is. Excellent. It is in your desktop. Okay, good. Okay.
But this is the new one. This is the one for the new system, and I think the system showing the old PEM file.
Let's check your instances. Let's see what is the key pair you are given. Okay. Apart from Anjali, can anyone tell me what is this purpose of key pair we are trying to do? Why do you think it is there? Oh, we are ending again in 10 minutes. So bad.
Hello.
Yeah, go on. Can you speak louder?
Yes, I think we can use the same key for all the instances, right?
First of all, what is this key? Yes, it's same key for all instances if you associate, you are right. In this case, instance has been associated with Anjali underscore manual. It's not necessarily same key for all instances. Yes, you can have it. It's all about which key pair you associate during the creation of the instance. That's how it works.
Okay.
But first of all, why do you think this key pair we are discussing? What is the purpose of key pair?
Is it a unique ID or something?
No, it's about the security. Either you create a password to launch to an instance, that is one approach, but usually it's less recommended approach. Other option is create this key. Basically, this goes more into public key and private key. We'll discuss more on this later if you get time. Option is about cryptography. It's all about you're encrypting all your communication. So you need some security to manage all the stuff. That is a purpose. It's not just because we need an identity. No.
Okay, so it says I used another
Wait, I will
.NET
tell you. I
file.
will show you. We'll finish in next 2 minutes. You can later on analyze what is a what.
Mhm.
18, 224, 3, 141. Let me do. Can you open your Git bash? 18, 224, 3, 141.
Mhm.
So we are in your Git bash. It's like a Linux thing, but you are still in your Windows system. Go to CD desktop. That's where your PEM file is. Anjali_new.pem. Give the file name, username @ 18, 224, 3.141, I think. Just say yes. That's it. No, it's saying public key permission. Something wrong with the public key. Wait. Open your AWS. 18, 224, 3.141. Are you sure this is the same public key?
I haven't made any changes.
Oh, wait. Yes, AWS_instance is Anjali_manual. Okay, I don't know what is this problem. Let's debug it now. I'm disconnecting now and again we'll rejoin. But point is, yeah, let's debug this.
I think it's because of the key pair. Like I don't see
what
the.
is it. Let's debug this. It might take another 20 or 30 minutes because sometimes this experience is what you will not get again and again. But sometimes it's irritating. So I'm disconnecting, guys. Whoever is interested to see this debugging for Anjali as well as Irfan, you can rejoin. And after all the stuff, I'm putting the recording. I'll post the recording. Yeah, all of you can leave the meeting.
So I can stop sharing.
Join because we are going to debug your system. You and Irfan, but all others, yes.